I'd say organic means that we're following a set of guidelines that the USDA has set up for producing food in a sustainable manner. And, that means how we grow the food, how we take care of the land. Are we considering biodiversity? Are we using pesticides? Are we using herbicides? Those kind of things all go into it.
Organic certification offers a place for people to start asking questions. What does organic mean? What is it that you do? What are your farming practices? It's an opportunity for us to tell consumers that it's a whole farming practice.
What are the advantages of being certified? Of course, access to markets is why certification was invented, and it's critical. And being able to differentiate yourself within those markets from somebody who's not organic. Most of our crop is wholesaled to supermarkets. It's absolutely required that we be certified organic with the USDA.
There's a big drive to get a lot of people into organic dairy, and I think it worked really well. A lot of people who were essentially grass-based made the transition because it was easy, and the pay price, although it wasn't as much higher than conventional as the pay price is now, it was stable compared to when my father milked cows. Would drop and go up, and you never knew what you were going to get paid.
There's this very solid foundation that we stand on when we say we're certified organic. We're following a certain set of practices. Anyone could go look up what that means exactly, and so it just feels like this very sort of open and accountable system that boosts customers' confidence in us as growers.
I mean, if everyone's coming to my farm and buying milk out of my bulk tank and they want to know what I do, they ask me the questions. But if you're selling milk in a glass bottle, that organic certification just means that the people know that some third party is checking to make sure I did the things that I said I did.
There's certainly a lot of benefits other than financial. A lot of times we'll dive right into the financial ones because that's going to be a primary motivation for farmers to go organic. But there are many other benefits of organic management and organic certification, including, consumer trust in the organic seal and environmental benefits in livestock health, in soil health, and quality of the food.
If you're only going into something because you get more profit, it makes it a little harder to see the possibilities of bringing more fertility onto your land and doing things in a way that doesn't look as profitable initially, but in the long term will bring you, more fertility and better profits.
I think people are intimidated by the price of the certification, which is certainly a consideration. But at the moment, it's 75% reimbursed through a government program.
It's a pretty extensive application process. It's gone online, which is a big help because our record is now kept from year to year, and we just have to update it.
From the NOFA bulk order?
Yeah. The inspector calls, makes an appointment, and so at that point we just make sure we have everything together, and we're keeping track of all of our inputs. So anything we've added to the soil in terms of amendments, fertilizer, anything we've used to control insects or pests or diseases, we're keeping record of, the timing of any of those applications. We walk pretty much every inch of our fields. We walk to every boundary, especially at this farm. We're bordered by 2 conventional corn farms, the railroad tracks where they spray herbicide on an annual basis. And so we have to measure and make sure that all of our growing areas are a certain distance away from those areas, just so that it's considered clean and safe.
I think it makes us a better farmer, the documentation and the record keeping that we do. I definitely wouldn't have done it had I not been required by organic certification to do it. I might have thought in my mind, oh yeah, I should write that down, but it would look something funny because I don't have to show it to somebody else. It would be like something that got laundered or whatever. But now we have about 6 notebooks that we maintain and add to.
Running a business, there are disciplines that are required for it to succeed, and I I think record keeping is one of them. And so if somebody is completely adverse to doing the numbers, I would suggest that they become a poet, not a farmer.
The sorts of records that farmers need to have ready for their inspection are all aspects of the farm. Everything that gets put on the crops, all of the harvests of the crops, and all of the feed and medications that get used on the livestock, and really a description of the management system of the farm.
Record keeping is vitally important. I mean, you know, if something happens or you do something, you got to write it down. Above that is observation, you know, like you got to pay attention to all the different aspects of your farm and to learn from that.
The best thing about certification is the community of which we're a part. And it's going to meetings, hanging out with all your friends, commiserating about when the weather's bad, and patting each other on the back when the weather is good. And so we're part of a greater community that is, you know, trying to do good in the world.
No tilde. So do you have any children? No, we want to get one. The organic guys in there want to get one. So that we can.